Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Sunday, July 26th. Wow, the month is almost over. So, real quick question. Want to let you know we had a fun hour discussion yesterday, answering all of your questions from the week. Do me a favor. If you listened to that 40 minutes or whatever that was together, do me a favor. Do you think that particular episode was quote unquote scoldy? I don't. I don't think I. Well, hopefully, I never come off that way. But if you look at the comments to yesterday's video, somebody's like, "Hey, you were a little scoldy today." Um, I've gone back and listened. I'm not sure. I didn't see it, didn't hear it. Uh, then again, I know my intentions and all of that. But if you listen to it, let me know what you think. Um, yeah, that comment took me a little bit off. So just let me know what you think. Happy to tweak my tone or message or whatever if I was wrong. And it certainly was never my intention to scold anyone. You're asking questions, I'm answering them. When I don't know, I don't know. Some answers I'm a little bit more passionate about, but it's my experience. So again, if you saw it, let me know. Either way would be great. So coming into the week, I think there's a lot of YouTube personalities, is what I call them now, are going to be doing endless amounts of stimulus videos. I think this week's going to be important. I think there's going to be a lot of push pull on the stimulus package. I am not going to join the party and create stimulus videos only. I think that is disingenuous, and the only intention is to create money for yourself, which has never been my intention, so I won't be doing that. But I will freely admit that this is the week that stimulus will dominate and should dominate kind of what is happening in Washington. Near as I can tell, there will be another check, $1,200 sent out. It looks like we're getting a little more focused, is certainly my hope. I believe last time the limit was 75 grand for a family or an individual. It looks like they may get smarter and lower that to 40,000. I think that's a good idea. It is pretty clear, at least this point of the health crisis, that the lower income service-based jobs have been most directly impacted. So I like the idea of focusing our help there, thus also limiting how much we have to pay later. So that is something that I think is important. The other thing is, it certainly feels like the unemployment benefits will both be extended by the Fed, right? The $600 Fed kicker, but it will be reduced. So the people that are unemployed, in the second half, will not only get their state unemployment benefits, but they will get a federal kicker. It just won't be the 600. At least it doesn't feel that way at the moment. Right now, I peg it somewhere between 300 and 400. I had heard they wanted to do a scale at 70% of last wage, but wouldn't you know it, our unemployment systems at the state level can't do sliding scales, at least in some states. And after going through 20 years of technology advancements, I think it's a sad state of affairs when our unemployment systems and applications are that far outdated. It's not a good look. Really not a good look. Next up, it does seem like we might be on the cusp of a second wave of unemployment, and that is not a good thing. A lot of companies who took that PPP loan kept paying their employees. That is coming around, and that unemployment is that stimulus is drying up, and companies certainly are not in a position to keep most of those employees on. So I think over the next couple of weeks, the unemployment claims, which again ticked up Thursday, may unfortunately continue that trend upwards, and that is not good news. That is not something that any of us should hope for, wish for. It's, the Americans are hurting. Right? We're hurting, and it goes back to that notion of the K-shaped recovery. Everybody suffered together. We get into the other branch of the K, and there will be some winners, and there will be some losers. And frankly, I don't feel good about that. That's not a great place to be. But it doesn't make it wrong, right? Being a great place to be and being wrong are different. One of the things I did see that I have not talked a lot about is Hawaii. Again, I've been talking a lot about Vegas as a travel destination, but I just saw a report on Hawaii, right? And just to give you a feel, Hawaii, obviously, like Vegas, is very tourist destination. Where Vegas has conventions, also, Hawaii doesn't. But just to give you a feel for the level of tourism drop, March 1st, they welcomed 29,000 people to the state of Hawaii obviously via airplanes. On March 31st, I had to check this number twice. 301. It's like a 99% drop. Hawaii's hurting, right? And for obvious reasons. They've kept the health crisis in check, but their economy is in tatters because it's reliant on tourism. The other thing that we're starting to see, and again, I think is going to be picking up steam, is the great relocation. I read a couple articles this weekend about the top 15 most expensive cities, and lo and behold, I live in the top one. It's San Jose, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara. It's kind of where I've been for 50 years. Is the most most expensive. Well, expensive, not inexpensive, expensive. And it's kind of odd because that is not going. It's just can't be that way going forward. There are. The salaries paid here on average are 40% higher for like employment. And in a world where we are going remote, very quickly over time, you can hire more people for less money if you get good at remote work. So this is real. The expensive areas, San Jose, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara was first, followed by San Francisco. The Bay Area, the Silicon Valley, is going to see jobs dry up, incomes dry up, and we're going to. Some of us, lots of people are moving already. It's much faster than I expected, but it is out there, and it's because it's unaffordable, right? If you've read our book, the affordability index is something I've watched, and San Jose and San Francisco have always been unaffordable. And they got really stupid unaffordable in 2019 and early 2020. And in a world where jobs and incomes are going out and the people are being asked to move, we're going to have a slow balloon leak. I get asked all the time about what I think about Bay Area housing. And let's just say I would not be buying today. I don't see how it doesn't go down. I don't see how taxes don't go up. So the remote work is on. And then lastly, again, kind of not good news. We probably all saw it coming. Both Florida and California have exceeded New York for case counts. That's not a good look. I think, again, this being a channel that we look and follow the consumer, that's scary, right? It's just going to cause the American consumer to retrench. There's talk about California, of all places, shutting down again. That would be a disaster of epic proportion. I really hope Mr. Newsom, who I'm not a fan of, I think most people know that by now, I hope he doesn't go there, but hope is not a strategy. I could see him clearly making that choice, which would be, oh man, that would be bad. So in the end, that's what I got for you today. I'm going to do a couple more videos. It's Sunday, so of course I will do my goals update for you. Kind of a slow week on many fronts. Things I need to look at and do better, so I'll share that with you. I'm also going to talk about a particular point in time of my, I don't know, my transformation with money. When I don't even think I was a teenager yet. I think I was 10 or 11, because I think we might be entering that kind of economy again, a very deep and long recession. So I wanted to kind of share with you my experience through that as a youth, because it, it, it impacted me for 30, 35 years later. And, if you're in it, and you have kids or you have other loved ones, it's, you might want to realize what's going on at that level. So I'm going to share some of that, see what you all think. All right, everybody, take care of yourself. And again, if I was a little scoldy in our Q&A session yesterday, I apologize. Take care. Bye.